Hello, girlies. Girly pups. So, come. Hello. So, you thought that my time of training in skincare and things like that was done. No. I have some other days of online training I have to fulfill as well in the form of facial training. And of course, I only mean that in a sexual sense. I mean, customers come in, I get to know them. Hi, how are you? My name's Liam, what's yours? Kelly, so lovely to meet you, Kelly. And then I bring them in, okay, and what are we coming in for today, Kelly? And then Kelly comes down, sits down, and I go, okay, that's so great, Kelly. And then I jizz all over Kelly's face. So that's really what I'm kind of targeting. I'm trying to target trajectory, nutrients, things like that, all to make it all around quite a good experience for them. But yeah, if you have any tips, tricks on how to goon or to bait, just let me know.
Guys, not to be fucking weird, but like, do you ever just, sit on the toilet and, well, two primary thoughts came to mind. On one hand, do you ever just look at the amount that comes out and you go, that is not proportionate to the amount I ate today? Like, I had a muesli bar and a bag of chips and I think I could fill like a river, which is fine, the children are starving. But, and then the next part was like, do you ever look at the texture of it and you go, that is truly demented? I don't know, it was just a thought. Opinions, welcome.
Guys, I'm so fucking embarrassed. So fucking embarrassed. I put on one of my favorite skirts that I've worn for like a really long time, and I'm looking at myself in it, and it's too big for me now. I'm so fucking skinny. Someone feed me. Someone feed me food. Someone get me KFC. I can't do this. Hello, people. So I'm on my way currently to seeing Thunderbolts, the, I suppose, next Avengers movie in the MCU thing. And this is the fit that I was going with. And as I do, I decided to stop over to the Coles nearby and get some snacks, as you do. And as I'm walking through in this outfit, people, obviously, like, I'm not unfamiliar to strangers staring at me and things like that, but I was just like giving a little bit of intellectual thought to it. And how cunty is it that my look, my aesthetic, the idea that I have a mustache and I'm wearing a skirt is such an insult to their perception of reality that they stop dead in their tracks to stare at me. Like, that's kind. That's so kind. To think that I'm that powerful a human that I am able to, in Tiffany Pollard fashion, twist their minds. They got mind screwed by me, and it worked. That's so cunty, and I just wanted to say, like, if you're ever out there and someone makes you feel small because of the way that you're dressing, know that you have their balls like Snow White in the palm of your hands, being like, this film was made in 1937 and very evidently so, like you're doing that whole thing. What the fuck is that? Let's bring that down. Oh my god, it's like hurting my eyes. I think I'm being arrested. But yeah, just like you have their balls in the palm of your hand. So have fun, girl. Wear what you want to wear. God loves you. Hello. It is currently 12:30 a.m. and I'm changing my sheets because I came home and I guess my water bottle that I left on my sheets had spilled everywhere, and now I have had to chuck my sheets in the dryer. I love my life. I love existing. And I love being me in this day and age, and that I have the privilege to do so. I got back from seeing Thunderbolts, and it was alright. It was good. In the grand scheme of things, I was entertained. But it kind of just felt like there were a lot of ideas going on. Like, there were a lot of really great ideas that I did think were cunty and I did live for, and I did think were, worth exploring, but I don't think they had the map. I don't think they had the torch. I don't think they had the materials required to explore those ideas to maximum efficiency. So I would say better luck next time. But, you know, I still pay for the ticket. I still pay for the movie snacks. So, at the end of the day, who's the loser? It's me. It's me. So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. Goodbye. Hello, pee-holes. So, I just got out of my examination for if I'm eligible to give 30-minute facials. And I passed yet again. Because I'm, you know, when the weight of genius comes down upon you, you have no choice but to lift it up or be crushed. And I will not be crushed by nobody. So, yeah, it was, we just got to practice for a minute and then we did it and stuff. And I did it with one other girl. We were both taking our assessment on the same day. And it was good. So I passed. So if anybody wants a facial for 30 minutes, come my way. Any longer, I can't help you. Go fuck yourself. But, we're excited that I'm able to do this. And once I, develop this skill a little bit more, I'm going to start investing some money into getting some products of my own to do my own freelance facial stuff. So consider this a soft launch of a business that I haven't started yet. So that's going to be really exciting when that does happen, whether that be in 1 month or 10 years. But keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. But yeah, the exam was kind of funny. So the girl, I was saying to the girl, I'm just trying to level with the girl that I'm doing my assessment with. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling really nervous. And she's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, how are you feeling? She's like, I'm feeling pretty confident. Okay, where's the empathy? Where's the fucking empathy? I'm like, and she's just like, yeah, I actually feel really good. I'm not really stressed at all. That must be really fucking nice. This is really fucking nice for you. And I've been supporting this woman the whole time. I've been going like, you're doing great, da-da-da. When she was nervous, I was like, no, there's no reason to be nervous. You're doing so fine, da-da-da-da. And so we had to be each other's models for the fucking facial, right? And so I decided to go first because I was like, I was nervous and I wanted to get it out of the way. I did it and I made some mistakes and stuff, but it was fine. I got a 26 out of 27, so I'm pretty fucking funny and amazing. So I got a 26 out of 27. And that went really well. And she was my model and stuff. But she was giving me nothing. Like, she was giving me no signs of, like... She looked like she was miserable during my facial. And I'm like... And that doesn't give me a lot to work on, because that makes me feel like, I don't know, am I doing something wrong? And she's not telling me, and da-da-da-da-da. Like... And, like, after, like, my facial, like, the fucking teacher is like, oh, Liam, that was great. This for the da-da-da did my feedback. She was like, oh my god, my face has never felt this sticky before. I didn't fucking ask you! Okay? What the fuck is your issue? And then, like, I'm sure, honestly, leading with love. You know what? I'm gonna leave with love later. Okay? I can leave with love later. So, you may go. Thank you. So I'm gonna leave with love later. I'm gonna express how I feel in this moment. And then she's like, my face has never felt this sticky before. And then she says during the facial she does on me, which I'm being so nice during, by the way. I was like, wow, this is really nice. Wow, you're doing an amazing job. Da-da-da-da-da. I got none of that from her, but I'm a nice fucking person, so I do that. Okay? I'm a man who supports women. I support women. And so she's doing my facial and I'm telling her you're doing a good job. And she was like doing the mask part of our facial. And she was like, yeah, and I'm going to make sure this really sinks in so it's not going to be like that you're going to have that really sticky sensation on your face. It's getting sticky. It's getting, like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. What is your issue? Okay? Like, I don't really get where the passive aggression was coming from. To be fair, I did do something that was kind of... She kind of did it to me, though. She also did this to me. I just wanted to make... Like, when it's somebody else's assessment, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to exist and to do their thing, right? So you're not going to ask any excessive questions. You're not going to make them think about stuff that they really don't have to think about. All they have to think about is putting the products on your face correctly and doing the right thing and saying the right things about the products. to be the model and to ask further questions about things that they are not going to be tested on is kind of a dick move. It's a little bit of a dick move. Because it puts them in like an imposition of like you're just adding to their stress when the assessment has nothing to do with you, right? So she like asked me like, I'm putting like a serum or something on her face, and I'm just like really stressing out because I fucked some things on early on, and she's like, and so what's in this one? And I'm like, I'm like struggling thinking, and I'm struggling to like think, and it's like it's just making me really stressed out, and I'm just like, why are you talking? Why are you talking when I'm not inviting you to talk? Why are you talking at all? I don't believe in silencing women, or maybe I do a little bit, but like, it's like, I'm just like, what is the deal? Deal or no deal? Meghan Markle, what the fuck is up? So, we finished mine, and then so when it came around to hers, I didn't intentionally try to do this. I was like, yeah, so, yeah, there's kind of a nutty smell. Like, what's in this one? And she didn't know. And I was like, she got, like, stumped in front of the assessor. And I was like, sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm just a little girl. So, you know, revenge is a dish best served through skincare, I'd say. So, yeah, it was pretty fun. Now, we're going to lead with love. Leading with love. All you can do is laugh. All you can do is love. Live, laugh, love, die, cry, hate. Whatever you choose, that's you and that's valid. So, I was, so I'm sure she didn't actually mean, I think she was just like maybe very relaxed during my facial, or she was like maybe just didn't know what to say. Conversation is hard sometimes for people. I'm sure she didn't intend to like come across in that way or anything like that. I think she was maybe just worried about her own assessment that she was doing. And I'm gonna choose to go with that. I think that maybe she didn't intend to come across like in that kind of way. I don't see any reason. She was pretty nice for most of the time. So, oh my God, car just tried to kill me. That was not my fault that time, by the way. My brother always says when he watches these videos, he's like, Liam, you get into a car crash almost every single video. And you know what? It is what it is. I'm filming myself while I'm driving. It happens. This person pulled out like directly in front of me while I'm driving full speed. So that was not my fault. So shut up. But yeah, the facial training went really well. I passed. Next week, I'm going to be going to some other stores to do my training for the full 60-minute one. And after that, I'm going to be able to goon and bait for a whole 60 minutes. So it's going to be really, really fun. So yeah, I will update you I will talk to you later with any other updates of things that are going on throughout my week. And otherwise, loves it. Loves that. Bye.
Hello, divas. So this is going to be a get ready with me to come and be a part of the political establishment. So I just woke up 2 seconds ago. I look a bit shit, but you know, we carry on, we prosper. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna do my morning skincare routine. I should have done it before I put on this like Ariana Grande long sleeve moment. But that's okay, we'll be fine. So I'm just going to do my little morning skincare routine, put into practice some of these facial skills that I've learned over the past 5 or something years that it's felt like. So, yeah, I mean, we can just chat, do whatever. I need to brush my teeth, so I'm going to have to cut at some point during that, unless you know, will take joy in me, deep throating a toothbrush, which, could be fun, but I feel like I should probably put that behind a paywall before anyone gets to take part in seeing that visual. So, what I'm going to do is, it starts with washing my hands. I think I said this in a previous video. Before starting your skincare, wash your fucking hands. It's going to be difficult with this fucking shirt on. This was a really bad idea. So, yeah, so my friend stayed over last night and he's just in the other room doing an assignment for his uni. So I thought in the meantime, while he does that and tends to his professional obligations, I will tend to my vaguely professional obligations in the sense that it's not professional at all. So going in to start with, we cleansed already this morning when I showered earlier, so we don't have to go through that step. I don't have to cut for that, so you're welcome. So we're gonna start with our Glow Recipe PHA BHA Pore Tight Toner. Balance out that pH, get that exfoliating to buff out any of those dead skin cells over time, thus leading to a bit of brightness in skin. So I'm just gonna massage that in. So I'm gonna try doing some of these patterns that I was taught in my facial training. Just moving, never taking your hand off the face, moving it down, very purposeful strokes going throughout the skin. So this might take a little bit longer than how I usually do it because I'm trying to be more precise and being more on top of like an actual regimented practice in how I do my skincare. Otherwise I'm gonna forget. It's never gonna be quite refreshed in my brain. But yeah, voting. So, I mean, I don't see any reason to lie on here about my political stances on anything, considering the point of this is about vulnerability and being who you are authentically in the moment. So I am I don't know, to be honest, I don't know terribly much about politics. I wish I was more educated on the fact, but currently I've been a little bit more invested in watching The Pit and playing Dragon Age. So I could have probably had my pulse on the political sphere, but I know vaguely a little bit what's going on and where, which certain like people reside where in terms of their policies and whether they're more progressive or conservative. And I also did, I think it's an ABC thing, it's the Vote Compass. So it tells you like, based on your opinion on policies, it gives you a, basically just instructions, just saying, based on your opinion of policy, where your beliefs align in terms of the political parties in the sphere of this election. So where it told me that I resided a little bit, so I resided kind of more centralist, which is kind of where Labour presides. So, and that's why I think Labour's gonna win this election. Because I think a lot of people are very undecided on the nature of like things like this. Fuck, I did this wrong. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. We're just gonna keep going. Vitamin C. The vitamin C is gonna break up any melanin clusters. It's going to stimulate collagen production, and it is also going to be quite hydrating for the skin. Vitamin C, a great multivitamin all around, also has antioxidants to help against oxidative stress. And I think vitamin C also is beneficial against either UVA or UVB. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head which one it is, but it is a really good supplementary ingredient to fight against one of those. I don't remember if I mentioned in past videos about UVA and UVB. So UVA and UVB, ultraviolet rays that come from the sun. UVA is the one that penetrates into your dermis, which is underneath the surface of your skin, and breaks down your structural proteins like collagen and elastin. And and that basically is what leads to the creation, well, the breakdown of collagen and elastin is what basically leads to fine lines, wrinkles, and a lack of buoyancy and bounce your skin, and your skin kind of becoming more slack and losing that sort of like firm look that you have when you're younger, where the elastin and collagen is very plentiful. But yeah, so I think Labour's gonna kind of take this just based on the fact that I think that not a lot of people are similar to me, where they're not the most politically informed. So it's easy to reside with someone who's a little bit more centralist because you're not really leaning towards progressive or conservative ideals that way. So that's kind of why I feel like Labour's probably going to take it. God, look at that. That was the Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Hue Drops in the Sun Glow. Adds just a bit of warmth to the skin. I don't really mind being pale, but it's nice to have a little bit of like color put into my face. I think it's like less about putting color in my face and just making my skin a little bit less dull. And it's very nice hydrating watery formula, and the niacinamide is gonna help reinforce your skin's moisture barrier, and it also has a smoothing property against pores. It's not gonna, listen, your pores will never change permanently, but it will assist in making sure they're nourished so they appear a little bit more they appear to be a little bit less prevalent. So, and also niacinamide helps enhance the usages of all the other skincare in your routine. So it's a nice little, again, like same in this vitamin C, it's a nice little like multivitamin type thing. Like having niacinamide, if you're only going to have one serum in your routine, having a vitamin C or a niacinamide is good because it's just going to help target a lot of different issues. as opposed to like something like, I don't know, peptides and ceramides, where their like usage is a little bit more specific for certain things. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, and then we're going in. See, full disclosure, not in love with this moisturizer. I am kind of just using it because I have it. Glow Recipe, don't sue me. The Watermelon Pink Juice Moisturizer. However, I did get this for free. Okay, so we're back. I said the name of the company I worked for again. Here's the thing. I'm sure everyone here is smart enough to figure out where it is. There's only so many places that you can really draw to the conclusion when it comes to working in the world of skincare and makeup, but I am never going to confirm nor deny whether those suspicions may be the case. But I also am not important enough for people to give a shit about it. So I'm just going to continue doing me. But not mad about this. Like, I'm not crazy about this moisturizer. I think it's a little bit like, it smells kind of funny because I got it for free, and I got it for free from like a thing from my work, and it might have been expired. That's why it kind of maybe smells a little bit funny, and I just don't really feel like it does much for me. It kind of makes the skin feel a little bit like it honestly sometimes feel like there's a little bit of like a granular quality to it, which not granular, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like an ideal moisturizer, and girlies around me kind of don't really love it in general either. Glow Recipe does a lot of really great things, such as the Hue Drops and the toner, but this, I would say, is not their best work. But, you know, not all skincare is made equal. So I do have a spare, I have better moisturizers that I could use, but I just want to get through that before I start moving on to all my other shit, because I don't want things at all varying levels. But now we're going with a Perricone Hypoallergenic Eye Cream. I actually don't know much about like the ingredient intake of this one. It's very, I just know it's better for sensitive skin, and because I've never used an eye cream before, it's a good place to start, because you never know how, you know, the skin under your eyes is going to react to something like an eye cream, because the skin under your eyes is very different. It's a lot thinner, less sebaceous glands, a bit more prone to sensitivity and signs of aging. So I'm trying to be on my best behavior with that. But I'll probably move up to a better eye cream at some point eventually. It's just for now, this one's serving me well, and there's quite a bit of it left. Is that everything? Anything else I need to add? Nope, not particularly. So now we're just gonna go in with our Mecca Cosmetica Sun Serum. This one is really brightening, has niacinamide in it. Really gonna help enforce that moisture barrier yet again. And it's really ideal for if you're going for that more glowy finish for your makeup look, or not makeup look, because I'm not wearing makeup today. But it's also a nice lightweight formula. It's broad spectrum, so it protects against that UVA and that UVB that we were talking about. Unlike some like sunscreens aren't broad spectrum, so they're not gonna give you the like broad protection across those those ionizing rays. They like sometimes like it will be like some will give you only protection against UVA or only protection against UVB. But however, if one gives you protection against UVA, likely it's going to also give you protection towards UVB. I can't confirm that. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's the case. But yeah, make sure if you're like wanting to use a sunscreen as your primary sunscreen, make sure it is UVA and UVB protective. Otherwise, you're kind of ignoring 50% of the damage that the sun is doing to your skin. But that brings that one to the close. That's the daytime routine done. I don't know, getting a bit sweaty in here. I wish I had air conditioning in my balcony. And now I just need to brush my teeth. But I was talking earlier about my political views. But I am someone who's more progressive leaning and is interested in seeing like the way society develops through progressive views. So my number 1 vote is going to the Greens today. My number 2 vote is probably going to Labour. And I don't know where I'm going to sit with the other ones, but I know I'm probably going to put Trump to Patriots last. I don't really see the effectiveness in denouncing the acknowledgement of country and having a defensive state of mind about the fact that this land was stolen and colonized from people. It doesn't make you a terrible person, like, just to admit that, like, it's okay. Like, you know, you didn't do it, but it is worth acknowledging that your ancestors did majorly fuck up. Not majorly fuck up, I don't know. Like, it is worth acknowledging the damage that was done and I don't really see what's conducive about denying the history of it. Like, I feel like when you just deny the history of like oppression by the hands of people that are your predecessors, I think you're just kind of coming across as kind of defensive and just a little bit butthurt that people are mad about it, when really no one's really mad at you. It's not about you. It's just about the history and handling that with respect. I think that's what we're trying to do now with our acknowledgement of countries. And so saying that we shouldn't have to be acknowledged to our own country, not to mention when we've only been here for like a couple of, like, not even like that long. We've not even been here for 1,000 years. I think it's kind of bold to claim that this is like our country, like that it's so seated in being our country. I don't think that like makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, so trumpeter picture, not to mention there's also this thing about like a lot of these parties, like there's like, I don't know if I don't think they'd be involved in the federal election. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't really know which parties are involved just yet. I'll find out when I actually get there and see the ballot in front of me. But then there's also like the, what is it? Stop Pedophiles, Protect Kiddies party. So that party at first glance on its tagline or its title sounds like a party that you want to be associated with because of course you want to stop pedophiles and protect children. But that's kind of the caveat of it, is that what does that mean? And so what they do mean by that, part of it is that they do mention is like religious protection and things like that. And, you know, that's great. However, like, let it be said, I don't think that like religious molestation, like I don't want to like, as much as I like think that religious molestation is more like likely than trans molestation, I want to be respectful and say that it's not, I'm sure that's not the indicative experience of all religious experiences. However, if we're weighing it one towards the other, if we're talking about protective measures against something, it is happening more in the religious space than it is the transgender space. And this is where the other part of their thing is, they talk about like, we want to protect children by like making people use the bathrooms that they're assigned at birth. And it's things like that. It's those little things that you have to keep in mind, I guess, about these conservative parties, that they just find little ways to like be very convincing about concepts. And it's very much like, you're a good person, of course you want this. And then it's maybe not what you imagined it to be. So a lot of these conservative parties have these, you know, they have these kind of retroactive policies upon trans people. And, you know, that is definitely something to keep an eye out for myself personally, because I don't think trans people deserve to be treated like second-class citizens and the scum of the earth. But that's just me. So I know who I'm voting for last for the most part. I know who I'm voting for first. The middle, it'll be a jumble game when I get there. Yeah, I'm gonna finish brushing my teeth. I'm gonna finish brushing my teeth, do my hair, and then I'm gonna go and say political cunt. Bye. Also, I forgot to mention, so this is the fit that we're going with today. I'm gonna quickly fix up, the ring light is actually still stuck here, so I can do that there. Rest that there for the minute. So, actually, let's try this. Let's see how this works. I'm very much improvising this. I'm so spontaneous and funny. Oh my god. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So, the fit that we're going with, it's very much this, like, you can probably see it in the mirror. No, not really. Put it up there. So it's like this kind of potato sacky, very, like, pinstripe, like, light side of Beetlejuice type number shirt. Very, like, fashion forward Billie Eilish, very ill-fitting kind of vibe. I very much like that sort of thing. Then I got my baggy little pants under it. And then we got a lovely chunky boot too, because I love a chunky boot. We got this little number going on here because I've got a couple of little things I have to do today, and I got to go to a couple of kind of fancy places because, you know, rich. So I've got to go to vote, and I need to look professional when I vote. So when, you know, the Conservatives eye me across the room and go, who is that faggot? At least they go, that faggot is dressed very nicely. I should talk to him. I should suck him off, you know? Because you know, what are you doing at the election if you're not trying to find a man? You know? A lovely conservative man who will fuck you at the butt and then beat your ass afterwards. Anyway, yes, so that's the fit that we're going with. And then, so after we vote, I need to go to the Crown to go see Pass Bailey because my dog, where the fuck is the bracelet? Hello?
Hello. Am I going fucking mad? Oh, there it is. Right in front of my fucking eyes. My dog chewed up my bracelet and all the sandalwood is damaged, so I need to go get a quotation for that for Paspaley. So, you know, I can't go to Paspaley looking like some old ruffian, so I thought I'd serve a little bit of cunt. I'm gonna do my hair, I promise, and put on some glasses so it makes me look intelligent. So, got those, that, and then after that, I need to go to the Apple store to get my AirPods fixed, because you guessed it, my dog also chewed on my AirPods. You can't really see it that well. You can see kind of the, Joe, pull it out a little bit. You can't really see it in very high quality. I can see it a little bit now, like the damage there, and there's like, yeah, there you go. You can see the dent. See, I didn't think it was that bad, but then I put it and there was kind of a constant staticky sound, and when I'm, you know, trying to flick the bean to Lana Del Rey, it kind of is a bit distracting. So, we got to go to Apple to get that fixed, and yeah, and also I'm going to see Sinners tonight with my friend Evelyn, so I need to maybe grab some movie snacks before that, because I am not spending $15 on a water again. You can shove your fist up my ass. I'd probably like that. You can, I don't know, something, you know, I just don't want to do it. So, I couldn't come up with a joke. I'm just not that funny at the moment, to be totally honest. That's okay. We all have fluctuating waves of moods and funniness and humor, but, you know, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So, yeah. So that's going to be the rest of my day planned. I'm going to brush my hair, put on my glasses, and then skedaddle. I'll probably touch base with you. I might not touch base with you throughout the day. I might do little bits and pieces here of me at Paspaley and things like that, but I honestly might not be asked to be able to do that. So at the very least, I'll touch base with you guys just giving, before I go see Sinners, and then I'll let you know what I think of it afterwards in very brief terms. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later, wherever later is. Sinners was so good.